Welcome, welcome. We are back. Happy Monday, everybody. We are doing a spring special announcement and your Q&A of the week, y'all. As you join, as always, drop in the chat. Where are you joining from? For those who are new here, I'm Dr. Jade. I'm a board-certified family medicine physician. I'm a wellness and weight loss specialist. I own Inspire Primary Care, our membership medical practice in Las Vegas. And I'm really excited. As you all are joining, drop in the chat. Where are you joining from? You all have been asking me last week some really, really good questions. I put together the most commonly asked questions from last week. We're going to do a Q&A. I'm going to answer those live. And if you drop any questions as we go, I'll answer your questions live as well. But I want to start off by announcing our spring special is here. As you may know, we periodically do specials here at Inspire Primary Care. And you all were asking me, when is the next special? It has dropped. It has bloomed. It's in full bloom. Our spring special is here. A 2-day, y'all, 2-day. It's for today, the 25th of March, or tomorrow, the 26th of March. Those are it. I know people will reach out after the specials end, and the special is a 2-day special. If you join our practice as a new member today, March 25th, or tomorrow, March 26th, your month of April will be 50% off, and we will waive your enrollment fee. That's up to $150 savings for you. Okay. Happy spring. All right. It doesn't feel like spring here in Las Vegas yet, but happy spring. So if you are new, if you have been looking at Inspire Primary Care, if you've been thinking about joining our primary care or medical weight loss program and you've been on the fence, I had somebody say, oh, we've been just kind of stalking and looking back. Now's the time to join. All right. And join before the spring special goes away. It is available today and tomorrow. As you join, drop in the chat where you're joining from and any questions. I see Kinda Crunchy MP says Kansas City. All right, Kansas City is in the house. So Midwest is representing. I see some Las Vegas is in the house as well. So drop in the chat where you're joining from. Let's answer your top questions asked last week. And if you have any questions as we go, drop them and I'll answer your questions too, okay? So last week I was asked, Dr. Jade, how does your weight loss program work? I get asked this question a lot. So our medical weight loss program has been so successful. It's helped so many people transition to a healthier lifestyle and a healthier weight. We have two components. We have the personalized wellness plan, where we together create a personalized wellness plan to help work on the lifestyle aspects, the things that are within our control, evidence-based wise. And then we add on the second part of that, which is medications that are FDA approved for weight loss. Most of the time, this is going to be the once weekly injectables like Zepbound or Ozempic. It just depends on the person. We together talk about your goals and I help you. I will recommend what medication is going to be the safest and most effective to help you reach your goals. And I also share all the different price points to let you know what will help you reach your goals within your budget as well. All right. So that's how our medical weight loss program works. People will also ask me, this wasn't submitted last week, but people will also ask me, well, how often do I have to, or is this forever? That's a very common question. So that one, I like to personalize that to the individual. For some people, using and transitioning to their healthy weight range, they will be able to maintain that medication free long term. So in our program, we have a weight loss phase and we have a weight maintenance phase. So in the weight loss phase, we're helping to get you to your goal weight, healthy weight range. Now, once we're in the maintenance phase, we're going to personalize that to you as an individual. For some people that will be transitioning down and off of the medications, and with that personalized wellness plan, they'll be able to maintain their healthy weight range. For most people, their bodies will try to do what it was doing before it was on the medication. And so they may be a long-term or lifetime candidate for the medication, or they may be an as-needed dosing candidate where they use the medication as needed while they try to maintain their healthy weight range in all the ways that they can. So again, you want to be working with a board-certified physician that specializes in this. Of course, if you're in Las Vegas, then would be happy to care for you at Inspire Primary Care. But there is a strategy, a structure to this. It really needs to be monitored by someone who knows what they're doing. And so if you are at Inspire Primary Care, we have the strategy and structure for the weight loss phase and the weight maintenance phase. And it doesn't mean you have to be on these medications long-term or lifetime. However, it should be tailored and personalized to the individual. And that's what we do here. All right. Okay. So I hope that answers that about how our weight loss program works. I see some more of you are joining. Drop in the chat, where are you joining from? And if you have any questions, we're doing a Q&A. Our spring special is here. So today and tomorrow, if you join as a new member, your membership will be for the month of April 50% off, and we're waiving the enrollment fee up to $150 in savings. Okay. All right. So number 2 question that was asked last week was, is the primary care included if I join as a medical weight loss member? Yes. So this is a common question. So at our program, at our practice, there are 2 components to our practice. We have our primary care membership. That is $149 a month for adults. And then we have our medical weight loss membership. That is $199 a month for adults, plus the cost of your weight loss medication. It is not $149 plus $199. It's either $149 for primary care only, or a $50 upgrade, $199 if you are medical weight loss. And that does include primary care. So if you are a medical weight loss member, your primary care is included in your membership. So that answers that. All right. So I see a question that was dropped. Drop in the chat where you guys joining from. Any questions you have, drop them. I'll answer your questions in addition to the ones asked last week. So let's see. Juan KLV. Okay, don't be mad if I butchered that. 789 asks, just wondering, for an annual physical or first appointment, what happens during it? What do you check and address during the first visit? Thank you. Oh, that's a great question. Okay, so what happens at the first visit? We call that the onboarding appointment here at our practice, okay? So at that first appointment, well, before your appointment, once you join through our website at inspireprimarycare.com, no I in front of Inspire, there's a big sign, a big button at the top shaped like the Las Vegas sign that says enroll. You click that, it takes you through the steps to join, okay? Once you join our practice through the website, you will get an email, a welcome email from us, and that will include your lab form attached. Okay. We order your new labs for every new adult. So your lab form will be attached. Most adults will try to get those done before their appointment, so I can review your labs with you at your onboarding appointment. And you will also get all the information about how our practice works, and you're on the calendar at that point, okay? So now you've come to the onboarding appointment, and this is your question. So on the onboarding forms that also get emailed to you with that welcome email, that is where we'll get your whole medical history. And at that onboarding appointment, I will confirm all the information you gave us in those onboarding forms that were sent prior to your visit. So we're going to be talking about any medications you are taking or prescribed, any past medical history, your surgical history, your family history. I'm getting to know you, everything about your health history and about you as an individual. The VIP concierge style of this practice it's like having a doctor in the family. So I want to know what you do for a living. I want to know about your family dynamics, and if you have children and their names, all of that. So I get to know you. I get to know your health history. We review your labs if you got those done before the onboarding appointment. If you don't get them done before the onboarding appointment, we can always review those later. But if you got them done prior to the appointment, then I also review your labs, and then we do your vitals, and then we do your physical exam. And that's going to be like heart, lungs, abdomen, just like a head to toe based physical exam. And then from there, you can do as much virtual as you would like, virtual or in person as you would like. From there, after the first onboarding appointment, which is in person, after that, you will have your own QR code and link, and then you're able to self-schedule appointments as you like. Our members are able to text me Monday through Friday during business hours. They're able to email me anytime. I respond to that within a business day, and they have that QR code or link to self-schedule their appointments, and they are able to have the option for phone, video, or in person. So I'm a text, email away, or you self-schedule visits from there. So hope that answers your question. Let me know, Juan. Key LV 789. Let me know if that answered your question of what happens at the onboarding appointment. Thank you for that question. That was a really great question. Okay. All right. So next question that was submitted to me from last week. If you're just joining, drop in the chat where you're joining from. Any questions you have, I will answer them. Okay. All right. The other question that was asked last week, the number 3 question was, how much do the weight loss medications cost? And if I go with the injectables, do they have to be injected in office or at home, or do I do them at home? So this is a good question. So the weight loss medications, it depends on which one we go with, okay? The once weekly injectables, which are the most popular and the most effective, they are the more pricey of the medications, but they are the most effective. Those start at $300 a month. For the generics, $300 to $500 a month for the generics, and then they go up from there. The name brands range around $1,100 a month. So it just depends on if we go with the name brand or the generic and on what the price point will cost, okay? And we go over which cost, which one and which cost of each one, and we talk about all of that, and we select the right one that will help you achieve your healthy weight range goals in addition to what fits within your budget, okay? So hopefully that answers that. Let me know if there's any additional questions about that. Let me scroll the chat. I think I saw another question dropped. And so Deja, hi Deja. Deja says, hello, joining from Las Vegas. One question: for weight loss and weight management medications, are those included in the visit, or are those prescriptions that will be filled at a pharmacy? That's a great question. Yes, the second part, it will be filled at a pharmacy. So how it works is the medical weight loss membership is $199 per month. That is for access to our practice. That's for my management. And then it's plus the cost of the weight loss medications. And at your appointment, we discuss which option is going to be the best fit for you. And then I send that prescription to the pharmacy. And then this comes back to finishing the second part of the last question that was submitted as well. After I send the prescription to the pharmacy, they will mail you your medication to your door. At that first appointment, I teach you how to use the medications yourself. I do not have people come in our office every single week for injections. That's another benefit of our practice, is I teach you how to do it, and I'm a text and email away, and then you inject at your own home. Very simple, very straightforward, and I'm here if you have any questions along the way. So medications are shipped to your door, and you would inject once a week yourself, and those do come directly from the pharmacy. All right, Deja, let me know if that answered your question. And I think that was all the components of your question. But Deja, let me know if that answered your question, okay? All right, and so the next question that was submitted, for those who are joining, drop in the chat where you're joining from. And if you have any questions, Deja says, thank you. My pleasure, my pleasure. All right, so next question that was asked. You guys are asking some really great questions. Thanks for being here. All right, next question that was asked last week was, you mentioned unlimited text messages, emails, and visits are a part of the membership for primary care and medical weight loss. Does that mean that there's no copays? So this is a great question. Yes, it is truly. So it's a one flat monthly or annual membership for unlimited primary care directly to your doctor. There are no tricks. There are no hidden fees, none of that. So yes, for the flat $149 a month for primary care, you have my cell phone number, the cell phone that I'm literally going live on right now, okay? And you text me during business hours. I text you back between patient appointments. You can email me. You have my direct email. You can email me 24/7, and I respond to that email within one business day. And then you again have your own QR code or link, and you self-schedule your appointments via phone, video, or in person as preferred by you. That is unlimited. You do as much or as little as you want. Now, this is a common question that's asked too. This wasn't on my list, but people will ask, well, what if I don't use my membership that month? Do I still have to pay? It is a monthly membership. Regardless if you use it or not, you can use it as much or as little as you want. But if you don't need me for a certain month, you still have the access. So yes, it is like Netflix, but for primary care, where regardless of if you use it or not, it is a monthly or annual membership. So these are great questions. Yes, drop in the chat any other questions you have. Y'all, I'm reminding you again, our spring special is here. If you join as a new member today or tomorrow, your month of April is 50% off, and we're waiving the enrollment fee up to $150 in savings, and it is only for today or tomorrow, March 25th or March 26th. If you enroll March 27th, the spring special will be over. All right, let me answer a couple of more questions that were asked last week, and I am scrolling the chat. I'm scrolling the chat if you all drop any questions live, okay? Thanks for being here. You guys are asking amazing questions. Okay, the next question that was asked was, can I use my insurance for labs and imaging if I want to? The answer to that is yes. So in our office, the flat monthly membership does cover everything in-house, okay? All of the things we do within the primary care office, which is 90% of healthcare needs, is covered under your membership. The things outside of our office, like if you go to the hospital or a specialist or a surgery, those are not covered under the membership, and those are the times you would use your insurance. Now, for labs and imaging that this question specifically asked, for labs and imaging, you can use your insurance if you prefer for labs and imaging imaging outside of our office. However, we do have discounted cash rates that are exclusive for our members that I have personally negotiated with the lab and imaging center. I have the least expensive labs possible, and most of the time they are going to be more cost savings and more affordable than using your insurance. But our members have the choice. They can price check and see what's going to save them the most money, and they can choose to use our discounted cash rates. We're talking $8 for hemoglobin A1C, which checks for diabetes, $8 for a cholesterol panel. Okay, so these are like mind-blowing rates. And so our members have the option to either use our discounted cash rates on labs and imaging or to use their insurance as preferred. And same thing with imaging, $40 for x-rays. They used to be $25, but inflation. So $40 for x-rays. These are still amazing rates for cash rates on imaging. And that includes MRIs, mammograms. We have cash rates for all of that. So our members, again, can choose to price check and see if they want to use their insurance or our cash rates. All right. I think I have one more. I have a few more minutes, so if you guys want to drop any other questions, drop them below. I'll always be back and looking through this chat and looking through to see what questions were asked. I'll answer those or write them down and come back on the next live and answer them. So thank you guys for being here. Let's see. Juan KLV789 says, thanks for the answer. Last question was just wondering, in terms of cancer screenings, are those covered by your visit? And what do you recommend? When do you recommend starting them? This is great. These are really great questions, Juan. Thank you for asking these. And so, okay, so the first part of your question was cancer screenings. Yes. At the onboarding appointment, I review the cancer screenings, of course, by age. For men, that's pretty simple. It's usually going to be colonoscopy is the main thing that we screen, and that starts at 45. For men and women, that screening starts at 45 years old. That could be an earlier screening recommendation if you have a first-degree relative with colon cancer. Again, I go through all of this with you, and I'll let you know when we should start recommending. But for the standard individual, that screening starts at 45 years old, okay? And so that's for men. And then once men are over 65, there are some other screenings that they may or may not need, depending on if they were a tobacco user at any point in their life or not. That's an abdominal AAA screening, but that I would talk about as an individual, okay? For men, the main thing to think about is the colonoscopy. Now, for women, we're just blessed with more complexities. So a couple of other screenings that we do, in addition to colonoscopy starting at 45, our pap smears. We start those at 21. All right. So we want to do our pap smears to screen for cervical cancer. And then we're also going to be doing our mammograms to screen for breast cancer. The pap smears start at 21. Now the mammograms, guidelines say to start those at 50. I typically will discuss with my patients if we need to screen earlier. I typically start screening or having the discussion about the age of screening in the 40s. So, and again, based on your health history, your family history, we may want to screen earlier than 50. But just to give you the general overview, that is when we would want to start those screenings. And as far as if they're covered, so the things that we do in-house are covered. So I do pap smears in our office. So that is covered under the membership because I'm doing that in the office. The things we do outside of the office, such as a colonoscopy, that would be a referral to our GI specialist. We would refer to the GI specialist, and then that would be a time where you would either use your insurance to cover the colonoscopy within the GI specialist office, or they also have given us cash rates and you could choose. Okay. And then what else? Same thing for mammograms, okay? I would place the referral to our imaging center to screen for breast cancer, and then you would choose either the cash rates or you could use your insurance at the imaging center to pay for that mammogram. So hopefully that clears that up, Juan. That is an excellent question. We definitely want to be up to date on our health screenings. Wow, y'all are giving it to me today. I love it. I love it. I love the interaction. All right, Vegas Realtor John, hey, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I see a couple questions. So it says, how often should women check their breasts for lumps? This is a really great question. You're going to get a different answer probably from different doctors because the recommendation does vary. Okay. So in general, I recommend that you be familiar with what your breast tissue feels like, what the normal for your breast tissue feels like, and what the normal for your breast tissue feels like throughout the month. Like when you're close to your menstrual cycle or on your menstrual cycle, it may feel different than when you're not on your menstrual cycle. So just being familiar with what that norm is for you. And then I recommend just periodically every 3 to 6 months. This is a very loose recommendation, okay? It could be more frequent depending on the person. And then some doctors may say you don't really need to as long as you're staying up to date on your mammograms. But I recommend for women to just really be familiar with what their normal feels like, and periodically, at least every 3 to 6 months, just be checking. I like to recommend in the shower with one arm up or behind the head with the water so that there's some slip, okay? And then circular motions around the breast, okay? Just to be familiar with what your normal feels like. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, you come to your doctor, we get the mammogram. That way we can know for sure what's going on beneath the breast tissue. But being familiar with your normal allows you to be familiar if something all of a sudden feels completely different. Let me know if that makes sense. And again, I have to personalize all my recommendations to the individual, but as a general recommendation, that's what I would say. Okay, great question. And then let's see. Vegas Realtor John says, I've had someone close to me, actually 2 people recently get diagnosed. I'm assuming that means breast cancer, and one is under 40. Yes. So earlier breast cancer diagnoses do happen, and that's why we have to know your family medical history. That's why we have to know your personal medical history. That's why we have to know other things that could affect your breast cancer risk, like if you're a tobacco user, what your weight is, because increased BMI also can increase the risk of breast cancer. If you've been on birth control or estrogen for a long period of time. So all of these very specific things helps us to give a personalized recommendation on when you should be screened. And again, I usually start that conversation around 40 years old, but guidelines say to start screening at 50. It can be screened earlier, and I do typically recommend a little bit earlier of screening. All right, you guys just had a great Q&A session. Thank you guys for being here. I hope that answered all the questions for today. If any other questions come up, drop them in the chat. As always, I will come back, I will read them, or I will come on live again next time and answer those. Our spring special is here, okay? So if you enroll as a new member today, March 25th, or tomorrow, March 26th, your month of April will be 50% off, and we're waiving the enrollment fee, meaning up to $150 of savings when you join as a new member. So if you've been thinking about joining Inspire Primary Care, now is the time. You just go to inspireprimarycare.com, no I in front of Inspire, hit the enroll button. It takes you through the steps to join, and I cannot wait to care for you. Have a great day. Bye.